My name is Ken, and in today's episode, I will be automating basic items for the first time in Satisfactory 1.0. Biomass for power, iron plates, iron rods, wire, cable, and screws. Just enough to get us started. Enjoy! I can't remember. I've never had to worry about this much. Yeah, they're the same. A 1 meter, a 2 meter, and a 4 meter foundation all cost the same amount of materials. Okay? So I'm not going to worry too much about trying to save any dollars. All right, so what I want to build is our first little mini factory. Okay? All right, now see that line? The white line just means that they are lined up next to each other, but there's no feeding happening. Input-output relationships. Now, the goal here is to set up an area that will feed our power needs until we can replace this with coal. All right. Power up here. Grass goes in there. Wood goes in there. Okay, this one gets set to biomass leaves or grass. And this one gets set to biomass wood. Then we build our very first conveyor merger. But what I really need, not that, is a tower. Let's set some of our buttons here. I always do lift is 5. And then conveyor, I think I had is 7. If you hit E, it switches to a related type. So even though 7 down there at the bottom was my conveyor splitter number, if I hit E, I can quickly set it to a merger. Okay, so now we're merging our two biomasses into one. Okay, so we'll have just regular biomass regardless of if it was made with wood or if it was made with leaves. All right, so there's our first merging of two different biomasses. Speaking of which, I think we're ready to delete this temporary setup and move our goods over. Okay, so the first one is leaves, and the second one is wood, and we're all set there. Okay, and we got our biomass already cranking, and you get more wood, you get more biomass from the wood than you do the leaves. And we actually have more biomass than we can use. So we are finally in a position where we are making a little bit more power than we need. Now, an interesting thing about these biomass burners is that they only use up the fuel that they need. Okay, so you see how production is jumping all over the place? It's matching consumption. We can't see consumption, but when production goes up, it matches consumption. See the lines? The orange line and the black line are on top of each other. That's because our biomass burners are really efficient. They are going to only create the power that we need, which is great. It means we're not wasting any materials. But it also means that we can overbuild and we don't have to worry about wasting materials. And so we're going to do that very shortly. We're going to build way effing too many biomass burners kind of in this area as soon as we get going. But I do want to make enough space or leave enough space because we're going to very quickly unlock a better version of biomass. Let's see where that is. Right here. Obstacle clearing, solid biofuel. So that'll be another link in the chain for making better biofuel. All right, but we're going to do field research first. Now that we have enough power to actually get moving here, I think we're going to set up another iron. Well, we can do a smelter or a splitter here. Oh, you're not going to let me do it, huh? All right, that's fine. We need to delete all this anyway because it's foundation time. All right, these guys can go. We're going to turn on Zoop. Okay, so if you didn't know, hitting R when you go to build something usually does something. Something good. That's how you change the belts from regular to right-hand curve. All right, and it's how you can build in 10 at a time in a row with foundations and other items. Okay, it's called zooping. We don't need these ones in the middle because we're low on concrete. Did we use any? Nope, we didn't use any on him. So 60 iron ore, but we are going to be doing some overclocking. So let's go ahead and plan on 4 smelters, even though right now we only need 2. Let's go ahead and plan for 4. For these, for each of these. Is this the same? Is that the same here too? Yeah, 60 for now, but we'll get 120 out of him eventually. All right, Splitter first, and then Splitter. I hardly know her. We're gonna have to do. Okay, and I'm not gonna worry about load balancing. If you don't know what load balancing is, well, it just means perfectly balancing everything. I'm not really gonna worry about that because all right, and then we have room to expand out this way when the time comes. Okay, that's why I built 2 splitters when 1 splitter would have done the job. Oh, but I made an error. So let's delete that. Let's delete that, and let's change the splitter. There we go. Now let's jump down and take a closer look because it's probably a little hard to see. But basically what I did is I've got 1 belt coming in here. This gets split. And then another belt, this is ready to be split when we're ready to expand. Okay, I'm trying to think a little bit ahead. I don't technically need this right now. I could have just taken this belt straight into there, but because we are eventually going to build 4 here, I wanted to make sure to kind of keep that in mind, right? And then let's go ahead and let's get rid of him. Let's reconnect you to there. And then can we do a foundation? Right, and then how about... Okay, and you guys need to be set to iron ingots. Oh yeah, yeah. If you're new to Satisfactory, guys, you need to know this going in. It will destroy your life, but in a good way. Just play responsibly and know what you're getting into. So I'm looking for that dotted line. Now let's take a little bit closer look about, so this is perfect, okay? We need 30 iron ingots per minute, and this is feeding us 30 iron ingots per minute. So that's exactly what we want for iron plates. Okay, exactly what we want. Now, but we don't just want iron plates. And actually, let's go ahead and move this. Let's split the difference here. So, I've just locked this by hitting H. I want to kind of split this down the middle. Okay, so I'm nudging. Right? Go here. And here. So we'll get a little wiggle going, but that's okay. On each. You're gonna get that. And we're gonna go boom and boom. And you're gonna make iron rods. Now iron rods, we only need 15 per minute. Okay, so in order to make use of our iron rods, we actually need a splitter. And you're not gonna work, are you? So here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna make 2 iron plates here. Okay. And then we're gonna make our iron rods out of this bad boy. Okay, we need a merger. I lock the hologram. Looks even to me. 1, 2. Okay, boom, boom, boom. And then a storage container to feed. Okay. And we're not gonna have a lot of room here. So, oh, didn't mean to fall. What if we push up a little bit? What if we double up instead of double forward? Do that. So let's plan ahead now. And get the wiggle in. All right, so this splitter is straight down the middle. Let's climb up. So we don't need this guy yet, huh? Let's build him anyway, so he's in place. And then we want 2. See how that where the belt is gonna go in is halfway there. We need 2 spaces, okay? So this would be right on. This would be 0 and 0. If we notch over 2 this way and notch over 2 that way, that's gonna give us the clearance we need for a perfect right-hand belt. And now, since I've already done that, I just need to look for the line there so that they line up this way. And there we go. And then what we can do up here, right, is a similar setup when the time comes. Actually, you know what I'd like to do? Flip them around. Yeah, flip them that way. All right, so that's ready when the time comes, but not yet. Not yet. Now, actually, what we can do, and I will do, is we can do, I think, better. Let's go get some cable. All right. Good, good. Now, are these spread out enough? I think they are. But let's not make the same mistake twice. Remember, we're going to be making rods on this side, and these make 30 per minute, but our rods only need 15 per minute. And so we need to build in the space for our splitter. Okay, now I think that we're gonna line up here, are we not? We are. So this is really the setup that we needed for over here. And you don't even fit. You don't even fit. So we're gonna move this. We're gonna go rods. And I'm hitting Control C right here, and I can set the settings for this building, and I can paste them to the other 4. Yeah, if you're a beginner, don't worry, you'll get used to the common ratios of the game. Yeah, and they start off pretty easy, usually 2 to 1, 3 to 1 kind of a deal. But really, you just look at them and figure them out. Now, when we get into big factory planning mode, we're gonna use some tools to make it so that we don't have to do that kind of crap by hand. All right, but we don't really need that right now. So, because we can kind of just figure it out. But when the going gets tough, and it will, we're gonna use some tools. All right. Now, what do we need? We need power for the smelter. What's your problem? Copper ingot. Okay, so this looks good, this looks good, this looks good. Oh no! I had to say it. Did we just run out of fuel, or did I build too much? Oh, we built too much. We built too much. So you know what that means? We are going to do the same thing up over here. On the bottom floor, we're going to produce, and on the top floor, we are going to use. And what I plan on doing is running a set of splitters down the center of these. Not enough wire. All right, so I'm hitting control. Go ahead and do one more. Can't tell from here where the goodies are. There. Did I get a belt in there? I did. Okay, now. Here she comes, boys. Our power plant has begun, except I don't like this placement. He needs to be here. So that didn't last long. That's okay, all fixed. All right. I think we're here. Oh, we need wire. The factory must grow. We need ladders, apparently. Okay. Right, yeah. Looking good, looking good. Looking mighty fine. You're not gonna tell me we need more cable, are you? You've been playing for 2 hours. Fix a Pioneer includes 15 minutes of rest per day. No. No. I don't rest. I stream. I am a machine. You hear me? I will only stop streaming so I can edit videos so that I can stream. Okay. How's our grid look now? Good. Look at that. So our production is way down here, okay? But our capacity, that's our total capacity to make power. Okay, we are 4 times higher than our current consumption. All right, and again, it is only going to use the biomass that it needs to. And so what's going to happen is, hopefully, we're going to store up some biomass. Having said that, though, we are not producing anymore. So let's go ahead and take this opportunity while we're thinking about it to grab a set of goodies. One of the reasons that I wanted to make this so beginner friendly and really take the time to try to teach and go over how and why I'm building my factories the way I am is because I had so many questions about it that I didn't really expect that in my first playthrough. You know, I was kind of doing some advanced stuff. I was trying like Stinarchy's vertical bus build, right? And in reality, I was kind of leading a lot of newer players kind of down the wrong path, because I was trying to show and experiment with this really kind of advanced tool. And a lot of people were kind of newer players were like straight up copying my base and they were having trouble. Well, yeah, because it wasn't really designed to be for newer players. And so, you know, I was sort of already committed to that by the time I realized what was happening. And so I couldn't really make any changes. But this time around, I wanted to make sure that, I made it so that what I was doing is a lot more approachable to newer players, especially since we have so many new players because it's 1.0, but not just new players, returning players as well. So that was kind of my thought process behind that. So we have a lot of power and a lot of biomass saved. So let's get back to our metal factory here. We need a set of combined mergers. So let's go ahead and do a merge manifold. All right, now let's see if we can't get to where we can see what we just did. As I kind of hold it all in my head, but I want to try to take the time to show you guys what is happening. Okay, so we've got 60 per minute coming out of the miner. Okay, we immediately split it into 30 and 30 for the smelters. Now the smelters give the same amount of ingots coming out as they have ore going in, which is 30. And then here we're making iron rods. Now, iron rods do not require 30. They only require 15. And so we take each of the 30, okay, and we split those. What's happening here? Oh, I forgot to set him. There's no flowage happening. And so now we're making rods, and the reason that we're making 4 to 2 is mostly because of the ratio. Now, we will need a lot of rods, but I'm not really thinking about my factories right now in terms of what I need. I'm mostly thinking about them in terms of what I have. Okay, and what I have is a flow of 60 iron ore per minute. And so I'm gonna make iron rods out of that full 60. And I'm gonna redo the iron plates right here, and we'll line up our smelters, or our constructors, and we'll spread, I can't talk, our smelters apart a little bit so that we can kind of be a little bit more organized. Okay, so that's the plan. Now the plates are easy, right? Because it's only 1 to 1. Okay, or 30, 30, 30. Yeah, I didn't take any damage that time. Besides, I don't like how that thing is off of the ground anyway. So we're gonna clean this up, and if you didn't know, there is no cost to deletion, right? Absolutely no cost to deletion. So don't worry if you delete stuff, because it didn't cost you anything. And there's also something that you have to keep in mind. Okay, my number one rule with Satisfactory is this: if you don't like it, delete it. I'm serious. Okay, it is very, very important. See, I was 1 meter off. I put that constructor right up next to here, but it caused things to not be lined up in another area. And instead of just eat that misalignment, okay, it took me very little time to change it over and get it all lined up the way I like it. There's a reason the name of this game is Satisfactory, okay? You need to build things that are satisfying for you. Right, now, if that doesn't bother you, then don't do it, right? If it doesn't bother you, don't do it. But if it does bother you, and if you want to make it straight, just take the 3 minutes, delete it, and rebuild it. Seriously, you know, and it's really, because there's no, like, if you play other games like this, right? Like, ooh, that's cool. You know, if you play other games like this, like Factorio, right? There is an external force forcing you to go quicker. All right? 2 hours in, we finally get the delete if you don't like it speech. Shut up, RGH, dude. There's no external force making you go fast, okay? So enjoy the game, okay? It's not a race. If you're watching my content, if you're relatively new, you're not gonna beat any like records in this game, right? You're not gonna beat any speed runs, okay? And I'm not beating any either. I'm gonna enjoy myself, and you should enjoy yourself. That is the best part about this game. All right? I mean, we get to stand on the belt. Look at this. I get to stand on the belt and watch it move me. All right, look how pretty this is. And we don't have any lights. We don't have any decorations. We don't even have any catwalks. I love catwalks, by the way. We don't have any of that. And yet, look how amazing everything is. We haven't even color-coded anything. Right? Which, by the way, we don't have the we don't have the customizer. We haven't unlocked the customizer. We have nothing. Okay, and I still absolutely love the way this all looks. So just sit back, enjoy it, build what you want to build, the way that you want to build it. Okay, that's it. That's the facts. But just enjoy this game, right? It's an experience. It's not a race. So don't treat it like one, and you're really, really, really gonna love this game. Okay, so we have some more iron for later expansion, but we do not need it right now. What we need is to get our copper up and running. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to do a little something like this. Okay, cable. See why I like catwalks? We used all of our copper reserves to get our iron automated. Satisfy your OCD. Absolutely. I mean, let's be honest. If you're playing this game, you probably have at least some OCD. Lean into it, my friends. Embrace your neuroses. I should put that on a shirt. That's a good slogan. Yeah, embrace your neuroses. You know, I'm not really happy exactly with the amount of music that we're getting in game. I wanted to give it a try, but I'm just not happy with it. So we're gonna listen to Satisfactory music straight from the source. So we have all the Satisfactory music, including the ambient works, in a playlist, rocking and rolling. I think we're gonna run this music this way from now on. Okay, and we're gonna go from there. Constantly just trying to make the stream better. All right, let's build a mini factory. My brother is not Let's Game It Out. I did not mean to imply that my brother was Let's Game It Out. He is not. If I implied that, I apologize. My brother plays like Let's Game It Out. All right. What other copper do we have nearby? $300 meters that way. 500 meters that way. So 300 meters that way is pretty freaking far. brand new to the game, Grassy Fields is a good starting point. It gives you a chance to experiment, learn, progress, and then move on to an area. The other thing that is, he's not kibitz either. The other thing that's really nice about the Grassy Fields is that it gives you a ton of space, okay? There's so much space out here, and it's very nice foliage, right? So those two things, even though it doesn't have a lot of concentrated resources, you've got the space, you've got the foliage, and it's a really good place to do it. Yeah, Satisfactory original soundtrack is really good. All right, so we still only have 60 copper per minute here. So let's do a little bit of planning, okay? Ahead of the fact. Okay, because we need two things. We need both wire and cable. All right, now we have 60 copper per minute. Now, luckily, we only need 15 to make wire. Okay, so what this is gonna allow us to do is take immediately out of the 60 per minute, and we're gonna get four copper ingots worth of wire, right? Because we've got 60, 15 goes into 64 times, so we can make 4 wire. All right, this is gonna give us 120 wire per minute. Now, we need wire, but we also need cable, okay? And so the cable here is 60 wire per minute for 30 cable. So really easily, we can see what we need to do. All right, we're gonna make 4 wire, and then we're gonna take 2 of those wire, and we're gonna make 1 cable with it. Does that make sense? And again, I'm not really basing it off of what I need at the moment. I'm basing it on what I have. Okay, and what I have is 60 copper per minute. That's it. All right, so right out the gate, we're gonna build a splitter. Okay, now these miners don't line up exactly on the grid, okay? So we just gotta get this close, and that's close enough. Well, apparently not. All right, it is if we do not right-hand belt. All right, so it is close enough. Now what do we need? Well, if we remember, it takes 2 smelters to handle 60. So we're gonna do the same thing we did down there, is we're gonna put our smelters in, and then we're going to be able to expand north when we put a Mark II in and or overclock. And by north, I mean up. All right, so smelter time, baby. Okay, you guys know what we're doing here. We already did it, except we're out of wire, which is pretty crappy. So we're out here in the bush. So we're gonna make a crafting bench, so we don't have to go back to the hab. Let's bang this out. Yeah, very nice foliage until you unlock chainsaw. True. We may have to travel a bit to get the best use out of the train saw. Yeah, I'm already enjoying this music a lot better. What do you guys think? Okay, again, we need, that would be the center of this hole is lined up where the edge of this hole is on the 90 degree. So, and I'm gonna do the same thing here so that you guys can see corner to corner. And then we're gonna nudge 2. 2 is the magic number. 1, 2, 1, 2. And he goes in, nice, perfect right angle. No shenanigans. Hey, Barba, what's that place you like? You know, with all the shit on the walls. Shenanigans? All right. Boom and boom. And then don't forget to set copper ingots. And let's hook our friend up here, and we're off to the races. Now, we're currently getting 60 ingots per minute out of the 2. And remember, we want to split them. All right, let's build another layer. Then we're gonna do a constructor. Oh, we're missing cable. Dang it. All right, and then remember, we're gonna do that. And then brand new to 1.0, if you haven't seen it yet, let's get up here. Come on. Here, let's get up here then. All right, do you guys see how that's kind of funky fried? What we used to have to do is build like here, right? And then boom, right? Build a second one, but now with one button, we can hit R and it puts the right angle in, so we don't have to do a double belt. I mean, that's my favorite change. It's gotta be my favorite change. All right, looking good. All right, now let's set them. We're gonna do all 4 wires. So we're gonna copy, Control C, Control V. And we're gonna see if we can get over there. Control V and Control V. I really need those support, those leg braces, as somebody said today. I really need it. All right, now we need a merger. Let's go in the middle here. You're gonna go like that. You're gonna go like that. Oh wow, we are very much out. Can we steal any? Sure, we don't really need that one. Let's get rid of these ramps. Didn't need you anyway. Let's get rid of them. I'm not gonna be able to get back. Okay. One more constructor for the cable. All right. Storage box for the cable. All right, you're making cable. We just need to get you some power. How about our friend over here? Cable is on the way. Now we just need another merger here. Iron rods. Okay. Cooking with gas. Actually, yeah, no, we're okay. Let's just grab what's in here. Okay, when we come back, we're gonna have a lot of goodies. Okay. I feel like we can actually think a little bit here. Speaking of which, I think it's time to start automating some screws, my least favorite item in the game. So let's take a look and see. Oh, well, let's go get some reinforced iron plates. And by get them, I mean make them in this horrifying manner. All right, so screws. What do screws need? So screws need 10 rods per minute. Okay, so we're making 15, and 15. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to go ahead and build 3 smelters or 3 constructors for screws. Oh no! What happened? Did we run out of goodies here? Yes, we did. So let's grab some extras here. And actually, what we really need to do is cut these out of the system. All right, we need to say goodbye to those. And we need to build more of these that are automated. There. So let's build back here. I'm holding control to get those to line up. Ooh. Really? All right, so this is what we're gonna have to do over here because I was dumb and I built this too close. See how it's poking up over above where it needs to be? It doesn't like it. And we really just need to do up 1. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go up 1. All right. You're gonna do what you like to do, which is line up. All right, and then you're just gonna do that. There we go. And more feed. Are we like totally out? I mean, not totally out, but kinda. All right, so I like that, but we really have got to go foliage grabbing. We've got to get our power up and running. So we're gonna disconnect this circuit here. Okay, he's not connected to anything. And so that we can restart our system. Thank you for the follow. Okay. And we can get our production running again. All right, and once we have, and I really would like some catwalks. Once we're producing again, and we've got enough of these up and running, there we go. I will reconnect. So let's see how many we're gonna need. We look here, we're gonna have a consumption of max consumption of 100. All right, and so over here we're gonna need. All right, so it looks like we're already up and running. Capacity. So let's go ahead and connect it and turn it on. All right, we're back, baby. And that's a lot of biomass materials. All right, good, we're working. Okay, cool. Up and running, baby. Let's see, merger. We're gonna need, oh my God. Can we burn nuts? All right. We need to remerge and then split. All right. So we can't build this here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do, oh, not that. We're gonna hit R. Boom, baby. And then we're gonna build a splitter. As tight as we can fit. Giggity. Oh, and we gotta rebuild the U because you're facing the wrong direction. Give me that splitter. Okay, now you go there, you go there. You go there. Now it's game time. Remember? Okay, 15 per minute coming out of there. 15 per minute coming out of there. We merge them together. This belt's 30 per minute. And then we're gonna do a 3-way split. 1, 2, 3. 30 divided by 3 is 10. And if we look, how much per minute iron rods do we need to make 40 screws per minute? 10. And that's not lined up. Oh my God, I need those jumpy things. The fact that I can't jump over a splitter is mind-blowing to me. Like, absolutely mind-blowing. All right, let's get some power going. I also really miss my Mark II power poles. Let's build it here. I like to use some kind of marker for my power poles so that I can kind of keep them, you know, at least somewhat organized. Okay, we're gonna go screws, copy, paste, 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 and then we are gonna give ourselves a merger. Another merger. Oops, it's facing the wrong direction though. There. Now we are gonna have a problem with flow until we get Mark II belts because we're trying to jam too many items. But that's okay. We'll go through and we'll pick the extras up out of the machine from time to time. So screws are automated. Okay, now we at this point have 5 items automated. 6. Okay, we got the concrete down there. We have iron plates here. We have iron rods there. We have screws here. Okay, that's 4. And then up there we have the wire and the cable. That is the 6 basic items, at least partially automated. We're looking great here. Looking really, really good. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do our next milestone. Let's go get 300 wire from our wire setup, or more. Let's go empty whatever we've made over here. And then by then we should have a pretty good amount of screws. And let's keep the train rolling. Oh yeah, I'm absolutely gonna go on that adventure. Once we unlock the M.A.M, yeah. We're gonna go and we're gonna get the jumpies because the speed is part of it. It's the inability to actually jump that is really driving me up the wall. All right, let's, while we're here, let's grab some. I mean, actually, my inability to jump is not driving me up the wall. That is the problem. And if you're newish, or if you're thinking about this game and you're like, man, running around picking up bushes, that looks really shitty. You're right, it is. But that's why we are going to be automating coal power as soon as possible, so we don't have to do this anymore. Did I get what I went there for? Yeah, I did. Okay. I was a little worried that I got distracted. 220. We need another 50. There's going to be a bunch here. It was 90. Oh my God, there's 120 there. Okay, great. Quartz rocks. Yeah, we could maybe find some quartz rocks, not go all the way to the node.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the M.A.M, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
Jeez, that's some Wayland Corporation going there. Crew expendable. Thank you for watching episode 2. There's a link to the full episode playlist in the description.